Hello students, today we are going to read chapter number 4.2 Revolutionary Steps in Surgery. Now as the name suggests, we are definitely going to read about surgery and what revolution has taken place in the field of surgery. I am sure you all know that revolution means a complete dramatic change in a particular field. Now, since this chapter name makes it clear that we are going to see revolution in surgery, naturally, what all changes have taken place in the field of surgery, we are going to read in the chapter. Before I start reading, let me make it clear as to what is a surgery. I am sure you must be all aware that a surgery is nothing but a procedure which involves an incision on the body. What is incision? Incision is nothing but a cut. A cut is given on the body, on the part which is affected. And the cut is given for what? The cut is given either for the part which is damaged to be removed or to be repaired. Now you must have heard many people undergoing surgery for appendix, surgery for heart, so on and so forth. So this chapter is telling us about what all possible surgeries are there in modern times and how the surgery in modern time has become very less painful and easy because of the new techniques and procedures. Now I to shudder to think in old times when there must have been no anesthesia, how people must have gone through surgeries. It must have been horrible. The thought of surgery or operation must have been the reason for the death of many. Because without sedation, without anesthesia, if the surgery is being performed, the chapter slowly makes it clear how the changes have taken place. It starts from the time when there was no sedation, there was no anesthesia. So it must have been really horrible. And it comes to the modern time where there is robotic surgery also possible, open heart surgery possible, neurosurgery, which is an important branch of surgery, that is possible. And in modern times, people are living healthy and long life because of the progress made in medical field. So today we are going to read and understand how changes have come in the field of surgery. Okay. Now let's start reading the chapter. Revolutionary Steps in Surgery. Surgery dates back to as early as 600 BC. Sushruta Samhita is one of the oldest works in the world dealing with surgery. It indicates that Sushruta was probably the first surgeon to perform surgical operations, plastic surgery. Later, some ancient surgeons performed tooth extraction and bloodletting. Now, let us understand what is this paragraph about. Surgery dates back to. Date back to meaning what? The phrase means to have come into a being, come into existence. Now, surgery came into existence means first surgery must have been done in 600 BC. Samhita. Now, Sushruta Samhita. Samhita means a collection of text, verses or something like that. Here, that was written by Sushruta and that is the oldest works dealing with the surgery. That means that book has got something related to surgery. That book indicates that Sushrut was probably the first surgeon to have performed surgical operations, and later on the paragraph makes it clear that some surgeons perform tooth extraction. That does not need any explanation. And what is bloodletting? Bloodletting meaning draining out blood or removing blood for of a patient for therapeutic purposes. Okay, let's read ahead. Major surgery could not develop for centuries because of lack of knowledge and technology. The doctors had to cut open the part of the body that was not healthy, remove it or set right that part. This would involve a lot of pain to the patient. General anesthetics like ether or chloroform developed only from mid-19th century making painless surgical operations possible and successful. Modern techniques are used nowadays for anesthesia. General anesthesia benumbs the whole body, and it is used for surgery of any region of the body. For local anesthesia, local anesthetics are injected into the surgical spot or an area near nerves. Over the years now, revolutionary steps have been taken in different types of complicated surgery, and these have made such operations successful. So now these paragraphs make it clear that for many centuries, the surgeries or the operations were not possible because of lack of knowledge and technology. I think you can imagine, even if they had to cut open a particular part of body which was not healthy, it must have been really dreadful. The patient must be, dying just at the thought of that part being ripped apart or, cut, because there was no anesthesia till, mid of 19th century. When anesthesia came on the scene, surgical operations became painless क्योंकि patients are operated or surgery is performed under sedation. Means when the cut is made, when the part is removed or is being repaired, the patient does not come to know under the effect of anesthesia. Then it further makes it clear that general anesthesia benumbs. Benumbs means makes numb, so that one does not feel any pain. General anesthesia is for the whole body, so the surgery can be done on any part, whereas sometimes general anesthesia is not required because only a small part is to be operated, so that part is only made numb by giving injection in the area near the part. And now the paragraph makes it clear, now revolutionary steps have been taken and various complicated surgeries are successfully being done. Now which kind of surgeries are there, that we are going to read ahead in the chapter. Let's read ahead. Let us start with cardiac surgery. Today, if you need to have a heart surgery, you can choose from many fine doctors. However, before 1893, this type of surgery was unknown. Doctors did not have modern medical tools and procedures essential for heart surgery. In those days, heart patients were treated with sedatives and they usually did not survive. Then, in 1893, Daniel Hale Williams, a young African American surgeon, attempted a new medical technique in order to save a patient's life. A patient, James Cornish, was suffering from a very serious knife wound. The knife had cut an artery less than an inch from his heart and punctured the pericardium, that means the sac around the heart. Dr. Williams, with 6 staff doctors, performed a complicated and daring operation. Dr. Williams became the first surgeon to save his patient by successfully repairing the human heart. So these paragraphs make it clear that before 1893, cardiac surgery was unknown. Cardiac means relating to the heart. Now why cardiac surgery was not possible in those times? Because in those days, modern medical tools and procedures which are essential for heart surgery were not available, were not known. So patients in those days were treated with sedative. What is sedative? That something which makes one feel sleepy. And in those days, because the procedures and tools were not properly available, most of the patients used to die. But in 1893, first operation, a daring operation was performed with the help of 6 staff doctors. And the name of the doctor who successfully performed this cardiac surgery was Dr. Williams. And in that case, he managed to repair the human heart. As we can see, read from the passage, a wound was there and a very serious cut. An artery was cut and which was very near the heart. But Dr. Williams was successful in treating the patient and saved his life. Now, let us see what is happening in modern time as far as cardiac surgeries are concerned. So here we go. Now many more advanced techniques are used in this specialty to deal with heart complications. Open heart surgery, which can help to repair heart defects, heart valves, or even replace them, is also performed successfully. With proper measures, patients can recover from cardiac surgery faster than they did before. Nowadays, I'm sure many of you must have heard that open heart surgery was performed, or some operation. Nowadays, people are not getting scared to get cardiac surgery done, because nowadays many fine doctors are available, tools are available, procedures are known, hospitals are available, everything is there. So nowadays there is nothing to get scared. Earlier it was like heart operation, cardiac operation means most people would die, but now that is not happening. The doctors are also expert in performing the surgeries. Now let's go over to the next type of surgery, which is also very, very important, and that surgery is neurosurgery. Let's read. Neurosurgery is another recent specialty to have received recognition since the early 1900s. It is concerned with the treatment of disorders of the nervous system. Neurosurgeons operate on the brain, the spine, or nerves. They can treat patients of all ages, from the newborn to the elderly who have suffered a stroke. Now these two paragraphs we have read about neurosurgery. This is another specialty, a very important area, and this has developed in the recent times. A neurosurgeon is someone who operates on the brain, the spine, and nerves. They can treat, and the best part is neurosurgeons can treat all the ages who have suffered from a stroke. What is a stroke? A stroke occurs when supply to brain is interrupted due to some reason. So brain does not get oxygen and nutrients, and it is a medical emergency, because brain cells die in a matter of minutes. And I'm sure you all must be knowing that the effects of stroke can be paralysis, then difficulty in breathing, difficulty in talking, and so on and so forth. Anyway, I'm not here to scare you, but this is a very important kind of surgery, because earlier the patients who used to suffer from stroke had to suffer a lot of problem, because their movement would be hampered, their talk would be hampered, maybe more serious cases would go into coma. But with neurosurgery, all such disorders meaning what? Defects, health defects, can be treated. And the best part is, small newborn babies to elderly people, all can be treated by neurosurgeons. That's the best part of it. So today we are going to read only till this much. The rest of the chapter we are going to read in the next session. So that is all for today. Thank you.